Hello, hello. Melanie here, coming at you today with a lower body and glute strength training workout. The only thing you'll need is a set of weights. I'm using a mix between 5 pounds, 8 pounds, and 10 pounds, and I've got my mat for cushion. I'm not wearing any shoes because I want my feet to feel the ground, really grip it when we're doing our movements. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, let's go ahead and do a little bit of a warm up to get our bodies nice, loose, and limber. Starting off with just a little bit of a hip movement. My feet are hip width apart, bending my knees, alternating side to side, and doing some hip circles as well, waking your body up. I am filming this very early in the morning, so I am still stiff, and frankly, I'm still trying to wake up. So I want to take care to get things nice and warm. Go ahead and reverse the circle before we pick up those weights. Take deep breaths in and out. All right. Walk your feet out just a little bit wider. Turn your toes out. And let's start just by doing some arm circles up, out, and around. Even though we are going to be focusing on our lower body and our glutes, our arms are going to be holding the weights. So we want to make sure they are nice, loose, and limber. Go ahead and reverse those arm circles. Maybe round your spine. Drop your chin to your chest. And as always, breathing through it. In and out. Last time. All right, go ahead and shrug your shoulders up, back and around. Up, back and around. One more time. All right, bring your hands behind your head. Feet are going to be hip width apart. Elbows are nice and wide. Keep a little bend in your knees, and let's just hinge from our hips, sticking our glutes back, waking up our hamstrings. Those are those muscles in the backs of our legs. And as we lift our chest, we squeeze our glutes together at the top. Hinging forward, sticking our glutes back. And lifting up. Squeezing our glutes at the top. Hinging forward. If you've ever done a workout with me on YouTube, you've probably done this little stretch before. It's one of my favorites. Your hips act as a hinge, it wakes up your legs, and you keep your back nice and flat. One more time. Hinging forward, reach your arms long, really have that flat back, and then just sweep down and up. Reach long, reach forward. One more time. Reach long, reach forward. Standing up nice and tall really quickly. Come down to your knees. Hand on top of your thigh. Do a little hinge forward. Wake up your quad. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out and switch it out. Other knee down. Other foot forward. Hinge forward. Feeling the stretch down the front of your thigh. This feels so good. Want to balance everything out because we just worked out the muscles in the backs of our legs. Now we got to work the muscles in the front of our legs. Oh gosh, that felt so good. Waking up your hips. Now, make your way back up to standing. Let's get this thing started. I am going to grab my 8-pound weights, something middle of the road, because we're going to start off with some RDLs, Romanian deadlifts. So form. Your feet are going to be hip width apart. Keep a little bend in your knees. Your arms in front of you with those weights lightly grazing your thigh, just like we did with our stretch. We're going to hinge forward. Our hips acting as the hinge. Our glutes are headed toward the back of the room. You're reaching down towards your ankle, and you're slowly standing back up, squeezing your glutes. Hinging forward, keeping your core nice and tight. Your gaze is nice and long. And you stand back up. Love starting off a lower body series with this because it's kind of a stretch and it's also just focusing on your glutes. So still getting your body warm, hinging forward, and the weights, as always, help you get a little deeper into the movement. Work as slow as you need to maintain proper form so you can build that strength. Breathe in and out. Yes. Reach down. And up. Hinge forward. Let's do 3 more. And lift up. As we hinge, we shift our body weight to our heels. Nice and light in the balls of our feet and our toes. Feeling the stretch in our hamstrings, and we squeeze our glutes and our shoulder blades at the top. Last time, hinge forward. Let your weights graze the front of your leg and lift. Excellent. Give it a little shimmy, give it a little shake. And I am going to step my left foot forward, so my front leg forward, my right leg back, coming to the ball of my foot. Finding my balance, try not to fall over. Coming to the ball of my foot, weight stay in your hand, roll your shoulders back, squeeze your shoulder blades. Now we're just gonna sink down into our reverse lunge. Lower and lift. Find your 90 degrees and lift. Nice and slow. Wake up your thighs. And as you stand up, you press into the ball of that back foot to activate your glute muscle. Watch your form because you want your shoulders to remain over your hips, keeping that back flat and nice and steady. Let's do 4 more. Lower and lift. Tucking that right hip forward, feeling it along the front of your right leg, that quad muscle. Down and up. One more time on this side. Lower and lift. Switch it out. Right foot forward. Step your left foot back. Come to the ball of that foot. Readjust. Take a deep breath in. Roll your shoulders back. Sink down to your lunge. Here we go. Lower and lift. It may feel different on this side. That's okay. It does for me. Because one leg is always going to be stronger than the other. Completely normal based on how we walk, based on how we ride our bikes, based on which hand we use to write. We have a dominant side, we have a less dominant side. Sink down to your 90 degrees. Nice and slow, and then press into the ball of your foot as you stand. Squeezing that glute muscle. Sink lower, breathe through it. Let your body get warm. Down and up. Let's do 3 more. Lower and lift. Excellent. Down and up. Let's do, I think this is the last one. Down and up. Excellent. Go ahead and place your weights down. And let's just work on some narrow squats. So keeping your feet hip width apart. That's the name of the game for this first series. Feet are hip width apart. Bring your hands to a prayer position and stick your glutes back as you squat. Take it down and up. Arms reach long behind you as you stand. Down. Squeeze your glutes. Activate your triceps as well as you reach. Sink lower and lift. Don't you worry. Round 2. Those weights are going to get involved. And up. As you sink low, butt is back, core is nice and tight, your chest is lifted. Yes. Down and up. Yes. 3 more. Lower and breathe as you stand up. Exhale and inhale. Last time. Down and up. All right, moving on to round 2. I'm going to grab a heavier set for my RDL. So I'm switching from my 8s to my 10s. Feet are hip width apart, little bend in your knees. Here we go. Hinge forward. Take it a little slower because we're working with that heavier weight. Lift and squeeze your glutes. Sinking a little bit deeper because now our body's warm. We've done our first series of RDLs, lunges, and squats. Stick your glutes back. Your back is flat, your core is tight, your gaze is on the ground, and then you breathe deeply as you stand up. Hinge forward and stand up. Really stretching out the backs of your legs. Lift. Let's do 3 more. Let those weights graze the top of your legs. Lift. 2 more. And lift. Last time. And lift. All right. I'm going to return to my 8-pound weights. I'm going to grab 1 in each hand for these squats. For these reverse lunges. I'm all discombobulated. Step my left foot forward. Step my right foot back. Sink down to my lunge, add a bicep curl, and stand. So lower, add that curl, and stand. Find your 90 degrees, find that curl, and stand. As always, pressing into the ball of your back foot. Sink down, add that curl, and stand. As I'm curling, my palms are facing in, so it's more of a hammer curl, but my elbows are glued nice and tight. So we're getting that extra upper body benefit while we hold that lunge on that right side. Let's do 3 more. Sink down, press into the ball of your foot, curl, and stand. As always, breathe through it. Find something to focus on. I'm looking at my screen. Up. Let's do 2 more. Lift. And lower. Last time. Lift. And lower. Finish it. Coming through. Maybe shake it out. Right foot forward. Left foot back. Come to the ball of your foot. Sink down to that lunge. This time turn your palms forward so you can do a traditional bicep curl. Lower. Curl. And up. Down. Curl. And up. Sink lower. Bicep curl. And up. Always want to find those extra places where you can add that full body experience to your workout. 90-degree lunge, curl, lift, and stand. 3 more. Down, curl, lift, and stand. 2 more. Sink lower, exhale, inhale, stand. Last time. Down, curl, extend, stand. Keep on our weights. Going back to our squats, this time we're gonna add our narrow row. So our feet are hip width apart, sticking our glutes back. Sink down to your squat, arms are long in front of you. Add that row, and stand. Squeeze your glutes at the top. So lower body, but let's add a little cherry on top by working our back. I wanna work that entire backside. Down. Exhale as you row it. Inhale as you release it. Stand. Hit that squat. Lower. Lift. Stand. Let's do 3 more. Squat. Row it. Lift it. Stand. Last 2. Down. Row it. Lift it. Stand. Last one. Down. Row it. Extend it. And stand. Excellent. Shake it out. Maybe grab some water. And let's move on to part 2. All right, moving on to part 2. We just finished narrow squats. Now we're gonna do our wide-legged sumo squat. So walk your feet out wider than your hips. Your toes are turned out. Your hands can be on your hips or to prayer. We don't need weights for this first one. Let's just work on our form. So sink down into your squat, that wide second position for those that took ballet, and stand. Sink deep into the plie and stand. Your shoulders, as always, remain over your hips. Your back is flat and you squeeze your glutes and your thighs as you come up. Sink deep into your leggings and then squeeze as you stand up. Let's work on the form for this first round. Next round, we'll add our weights. Excellent. Sink down and stand. Let's do 2 more. Sink down to our squats and stand. Last time. Hold it nice and low and stand. All right, grabbing your next set of weights. I'm actually gonna grab my 5-pound weights, going a little lighter because we're going to do our ski swings. So your feet are hip width apart. Keep a little bend in your knees. You are going to hinge forward, lifting your weights above your hips slightly, and then stand, bringing them in line with your shoulders. And as you stand, you squeeze your glutes together. So hinging from your hips, that seems to be the name of today's game. Stand and reach. If your weights are too much, doing this, lose them and just work body weight with your arms. Hinge forward, exhale. Inhale as you stand and lift. Like you're going down the mountain, going down those slopes. And lift. Let's do 3 more. Hinge and lift. Last two. Hinge it forward. And lift it up. Last time. Hinge. And lift. Keeping your 5-pound weights. Keep your feet right where they are. Feet are hip width apart. Bend in your knees just a little bit. Let's do some calf raises. So lift up to your tippy toes and bring your heels to a hover. So not really fully returning to your flat feet. Lift and lower. Squeezing your glutes, squeezing your shoulder blades. Up and down. We often forget to work our calves, but our calves are really responsible for a lot of our lower body. We would not be able to walk without them. So we want to keep them nice and strong. Up to your tippy toes and down. And even though this is a simpler movement, it's actually a little complicated because it involves balance and, again, working muscles that we don't often think about. 3 more. Lift and lower. 2 more. Lift and lower. Last time. Lift and lower. Okay, shake it out. Your calf's feeling it? All right, what we're gonna do is keep our 5-pound weights. We're going back to our wide squat. This time, as we sink to our squat, our arms are long in front of us, and as we stand, we'll have our upright row. So sink down to your squat and pull your weights up to your chest, to your shoulders as you stand. Let your weights help you get a little deeper into your squat. Turn those toes out. Squeeze as you lift everything up. Glutes, inner thighs, and your shoulder blades down. Exhale all the way up. So inhale to prepare, sink lower. Exhale to stand and squeeze. Just enjoy the movement. Down and up. Lower and lift. Down and up. Lower and lift. Down and up. Let's do 2 more. Down and up. Last time. Down and up. Gently pull your weights through center. Narrow those feet. Back up to a hip width apart. Your toes are parallel, nice and forward. Back to our ski swing. Bend your knees slightly. Hinge. Can you lift your weights a little higher? Stand and swing it in front of your shoulders, nice and gentle. You want to control it. The last thing you want is for this weight to go flying. The last thing I want is for my weight to go flying into my television. So I want to have it nice and controlled. Hinge, exhale. Inhale, stand up. Breathing through it. Excellent. Lift it a little higher on both sides of the exercise. 4 more. Hinge. Squeeze and lift. Last 3, hinge. Squeeze and lift. Last 2, you can do it. I believe in you. And up. Last 1. Excellent. Keep those weights. 1 more chance to hit those calf raises. This time we're going to do it a little different. Come up to your tippy toes, keep a little bend in your knees, and let's just find our pulses. So, pulse, pulse. Like you're on a pogo stick, just up, bouncing around, squeezing your glutes, squeezing your shoulder blades. Let those weights help you tap into your muscles just a little more. Feel it. Feel it. I'm feeling it. I'm trying not to moan into the microphone. Nobody wants to hear that. Up. Bounce. Breathe. Let's do 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Last time. Excellent. Alrighty. Shake it out and let's make our way down to the mat to finish this thing out. All right, let's come down to our mat. Let's do some clamshells and some glute bridges, and then we'll go 2 rounds just like we've done everything else. No weights for the first one. I'm on my right forearm, lifting up out of my shoulder. My knees are in front of my chest. My toes are pointed. Open and close. Working the outer portion right here. Feeling it right on the outer portion of our glutes. Lifting up out of our shoulder blades. Feeling it through the side of our body. And then using my left hand to prop myself up. As I always say when I do these, I'm working out. I'm not watching TV. So I want to have that lift out of my shoulder blades so I can stay mentally focused on what I'm doing. Let's do 3 more. Open and close. Exhale and inhale. Last time. Open and close. Let's scooch onto the other side. Come to our left forearm. Tense ourselves up with our right hand. Knees in front of our chest. Point our toes. Take a deep breath. Here we go. Open and close. Nice and slow. Waking up this side of our body. This is my right side. Pointing my toes. Let my big toes stay connected. Open and closed. Out and in. Exhale and inhale. Let's do 3 more. Lift and lower. Trying not to roll back as we lift our leg. That's why we tense our hand up to remind ourselves to lean forward just a little bit. Excellent. All right, switching gears. Finding our glute bridges. Hands are going to be by our side. We're laying ourselves back. Knees are bent. Bring them in nice. Get your feet nice and tight. Tuck your hips under so your spine stays connected to the mat. Exhale as you lift your hips off the mat. Inhale as you lower down. Squeezing your glutes as you lift. Releasing as you lower. Breathe in. Let it go. Lift. Y'all, we're almost there. We just got to do it one more round with the weights. Up and down. Yes. Lift and lower. Squeezing your inner thighs together as well because you want your thighs to remain parallel. Last time. Up and down. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. And let's go back to where we started. Right hip, right forearm. This time, grab that 5-pound weight. Bring it on top of your hip. Point your toes. Lift up out of your shoulder blades. Bring your knees into your chest. Here we go. Open and close. So this weight makes it a little more difficult because we're adding pounds to our body, giving ourselves a little bit more of a challenge to work through. Honestly, this is kind of like when you hold a small child on your hip. You got to get up off the floor with said child on your hip and, pick up toys. Bring your groceries in, all the things. So think about how this extra little challenge translates into your everyday life. That's really all we're doing when we're working out. Yes, it's good for our mind. Yes, it's good for our body. It's good for our soul, but it's good for everyday life. Let's do 3 more. Open and close. Woo, I am feeling it. Open and close. Last time. Open and close. Give it a little switch to the other side. Left forearm down. Weights on top of your right hip. Bring your knees into your chest. Lift up out of that shoulder. Point your toes. Take a deep breath. Here we go. Open and close. Open and close. Yes. Out and in. Want everything to be even. Beautiful. You are so strong. Y'all, we're almost there because we're on the mat. I would never make you get back up after getting on the mat, especially laying down. That's just cruel. Let's do 3 more. Open and close. Open and close. Last time. Lift and lower. Excellent. Make your way to the mat. Grab that other weight. Return to your back. Bend your knees. You're going to place the weight column-sized on your hip bones. Bringing the heads of the weights together. Returning to your glute bridge. Tuck your hips under. Here we go. Exhale as you lift. Squeeze your glutes. Inhale as you lower down. So again, back to that small child analogy. How many times have you been laying down and somebody's niece or nephew comes and lays on top of you and you got to get up? Am I speaking from experience? Perhaps so. This is just reminiscent of that. So think about whatever's on top of you. It doesn't have to be a child. It could be a pet. Just exhale and inhale. All these movements do is help you get stronger so you can function in your normal life. And that's really all we want. Lift and lower. Squeeze it. Breathe through it. Up and down. Let's do 3 more. Lift and lower. You're so strong. I got you. Last 2. Last one, hold it up, breathe it. As always, let's count to 10. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, hips higher, 5, 6, you've got it, 7, 8, 9, finish it, 10, excellent. Lower it down, place your weights off to the side. Bring your knees into your chest, give yourself a little hug and tell yourself congratulations, great job, and well done. Grab them behind your thighs, rock up to a seated position. And that is a wrap on today's lower body and glute workout. I hope you had fun. I hope you congratulate yourself for all you did. And I hope that you check out one of my stretches right here on YouTube so you can get nice, loose, and limber. As always, this is Moves with Melanie, and I will see you back on the mat very soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye.